Check yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to you.
That's Harvey Dock. He's the referee for this 4-rounder between these heavyweights. Bejenaru turned pro in the reality show that we mentioned back in 2011 and fought in fights that were 5-rounders and 3-rounders in Italy, Turkey, Lithuania, Croatia, Bulgaria. Then made his way to the U.S. and the first sanctioned fight was in Oklahoma stateside here. That was a KO win against Dwayne Jackson, and 3 more since then.
Bejenaru is a southpaw. One of the problems that he presents to Holmes. Holmes 6 years older than Bejenaru. Holmes has had a lot of inactivity. It seems that he likes taking off 1 year and 5 months between fights. I mean, you go back before his last fight, he was off 1 year and 5 months. And then before that, he was off, 1 year and 5 months. And with inactivity, Joe, comes extra weight. Holmes coming in the heaviest of his career.
Sit back, sit back.
So maybe Bejenaru has just what he needs. A guy who's not been active. And a guy who's 34 years old, 6 years his senior.
Step back, step back, step back.
One edge, I don't know if he knows how to use it because you got to know how to fight to use size. But Holmes, the bigger man, Bejenaru, the smaller man.
5'11", 214, going up against 6'3", 233.
Bejenaru started at cruiserweight, 189 pounds in the second fight. And his highest was
keep him up, man.
217. Holmes never below 230. So the big natural heavyweight, there's no doubt that's Holmes. But there's no doubt he doesn't know how to fight real well either.
Wait. Stay off his head. Stay off his head.
Expect Holmes to look for right hands, Joe.
Against the southpaw.
Yeah, against the lefty, usually that works good against southpaws.
Stay off his head.
And when you're as big as Holmes, you have a longer right hand. Well, you should use it at the right range, the right distance. That's not the right distance. It should be at a longer distance before Bejenaru gets close. Like that. That's a good distance for the right hand. And that was a good job by Holmes there.
Bernardo continues to get us ready for our main event. He's with Freddie Hernandez.
Joe Hernandez had weight issues coming into this fight because he lost Wednesday to travel and he didn't have a treadmill at his hotel. But he said he made weight on the first try, so no big issue. Let's take a look at the fighter facts brought to you by the U.S. Marine Corps. Hernandez began his career 17-0 with 14 knockouts. That's why he's nicknamed the Rail, because he's thin and he hit very hard early in his career. His brother-in-law is former world titleist Daniel Ponce de Leon. He met Freddie's sister at dinner at the Hernandez home in Mexico City while Ponce was training to represent Mexico at the Sydney Olympics. Hernandez is 1-3 in his last 4 fights. Opponents have a combined record of 91-5-1. That's Berto and contenders Erislandy Lara and Demetrius Andrade. He said he's got trouble with guys that move, but he expects Delvin Rodriguez to be right in front of him in our main event.
Thanks, Bernardo. Yeah, the list of fighters that Hernandez has been up against. Mighty Mike Achando in recent years. Andre Berto, you know about the first-round knockout when fighting for the WBC welterweight title. Had a win against Louis Collazo, and then most recently the back-to-back losses against Lara and Andrade. And now facing Delvin Rodriguez. That's coming up in our main event. Round 2 here of our 4-round heavyweight swing bout. Excell Holmes, bigger man in the black trunks, taking on 3-0 Constantin Bejenaru.
Well, Bejenaru knows what he has to do. He's got to get close.
Get off his head.
And he also
Stop.
knows what he doesn't have to do. He's got to make sure he doesn't get caught getting. One thing I see Bejenaru not.
There's a left hand and scores a knockdown.
Oh, he did what he had to do. He got close, and like you said,
5,
landed the left.
6, 7, 8. Give me a glove.
And quite often, the left hand for a southpaw, well, that's what a right hand is for an orthodox fighter. It's the power punch. And the only reason those didn't land, well, Bejenaru's a little over-anxious and a little crude. He's throwing looping, fat right hands instead of, or I should say left hands instead of straight ones. And that comes from working the gym, being taught to throw straight and not round.
2 headshots came in the midst of this change. There's another one, and he just jumped all over him here against a straight-up Excell Holmes.
Well, he's where he wants to be. You're shorter man, you want to be close. And he's close.
There's a left hand coming across, and Holmes a little unsteady.
Give credit to Holmes. He's showing heart. Now what he has to show is the ability to punch in between one of those wide shots in the pocket. One of those wide shots of Bejenaru. That's his chance, and his only chance to turn this around. But it's a chance. Now that they're on the outside, what he has to do, Joe, Holmes, is let it punches go at the right distance. Don't wait. And he waited. And he allowed the shorter man again to get in close. And now there's a cut. A bad cut. A bad cut.
Oh, man, is that a bad cut,
Yeah,
Teddy?
right under the forehead on the right side of Holmes.
That thing is just pumping out blood.
Yeah, that's...
Accidental headbutt. Accidental headbutt.
It's probably going to cause the fight to be stopped. I would say, anyway.
Okay.
So a bad clash of heads as you see Dr. Michael Schwartz tending to Constantin Bejenaru. Now that thing is just pulsing.
Yeah, you know, and I never got a chance to say it, but Bejenaru has been involved in head clashes before, you know, where he comes in a little out of control, a little unregulated, so to speak. He has a technical draw in his career, Bejenaru, and that was because of coming in reckless with his head, and he might wind up with another similar decision for the same reason.
Accident, yeah, no decision. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is going to go as a no decision here, no contest. This 4-round fight, you need 2 complete to get a technical decision and go to the scorecards. Let's go back and show you that clash of heads, Teddy.
And again, he's in close where he wants to be. You see him leaning a little with his head. The taller man comes down with his head, and you see the blood already has started. Watch again. There's a left hook being landed, and the cut has already been caused, and the blood is already coming out. But just before that was where you wanted to see it, and it was Bejenaru coming in with his head a little bit, Holmes coming down low with his head during the exchange, and you have the situation that we have. And as I said a moment ago, Bejenaru, nothing new to him. Disappointing, but nothing new. They have to teach him to shorten his punches up and be a little more control with his head on the inside.
So a no decision here as 2 rounds were not complete. Excell Holmes and Constantin Bejenaru. The main event is